Hey, the Mad Hermit here, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a look at the Corsair Gaming K70 RGB mechanical keyboard. This is a completely configurable backlit LED keyboard, and I'm currently rocking my custom Shroud of the Avatar profile, which allows me to group and color coordinate the various control types in the game. So in recent years, I've become somewhat of a keyboard snob. Snob is actually kind of a strong word, not really a snob, but how about a connoisseur of keyboards? And I've kind of fallen in love with mechanical keyboards with Cherry MX switches. Now, if you're not familiar with mechanical keyboards are essentially old school. It's the way keyboards were made back in the day when IBM was king. And what's happened over the years is that keyboard manufacturers, to reduce costs, have switched out the actual, button mechanism with like membranes. And you probably don't even notice the difference, or you wouldn't really realize it at first or even think about it, because you press the keys, they register, and you're happy. But the way the membranes work essentially is that you have to bottom out the key. You got to press it all the way to the bottom to make contact. Mechanical keys, on the other hand, don't work that way. They have physical switches for each key, and when you press those keys, you actually actuate the key press. The Cherry MX series, they come in red, brown, and blue. And the difference between them are the actuation points. The reds are like the most sensitive. Think of them as a hair trigger. And you can just press them down. You won't necessarily even feel the trigger points, but you'll get registered feedback on the screen that you've pressed and actuated the key. Browns actually have a little bit of a feel to them. So when you press them, again, you don't have to bottom them out, but they will make a slight clicking sound. And, you'll actually feel, you'll get some tactile feedback of a key press. And then, of course, you have the blue, really clicky type. And those, those make snapping sounds and sound very traditional. You can be like Matthew Broderick in War Games if you're rocking a Cherry MX blue switch. This particular keyboard is the MX Browns. I like the MX Browns. I'm actually replacing another keyboard that I had that was an MX Brown. I play a lot of different types of games, and to me, the reds are, Mama Bear, the blues are Papa Bear, and the browns are just right. They're Baby Bear. Good feel, not too noisy, just what I'm looking for. Okay, so why the K70 RGB? Well, for me, I was looking for a keyboard that was backlit. I think I had a Cytec many years ago that was backlit, but it wasn't mechanical. I switched to mechanical, and they weren't really making LED backlit displays or keyboards at the time, and I kind of need it now. I've been trying all sorts of ways to kind of get light on my keyboard, but at night I just can't necessarily see my keys. So I looked into it, did my research. There are other players in this space. Logitech has the G910 Orion Spark, and Razer has the Black Widow Chroma Stealth, also at the same price points, and also a LED backlit mechanical keyboard. What ended up selling me on the Corsair was it has this, it just has a better build quality for the price. It's using the Cherry MX switches. Everyone else seems to be doing their own thing. Razer has their own thing, I believe, and so does Logitech. So, their switches might be good, but also their bodies are plastic, where the K70 has a brushed aluminum body, giving it a better build quality. But at the end of the day, it was the Panasonic display controller that's used to drive the LEDs that sealed the deal for me. This thing is designed to drive like signage, like advertising signage, and that's what's in this keyboard to run the LEDs, which it's capable of 16.8 million colors, and you can choose a different color per key and variations thereof that you'll probably never even be able to detect with your eye. It also has a very sophisticated software called Q, the Corsair Utility Engine, that allows you to do all manner of nonsense with it. You can create static lighting effects, do color cycling, waves and ripples, and reactive typing, to name a few. The Q software allows you to create profiles that are associated with games. So when you launch a specific game, that particular lighting profile automatically loads for you. The software also allows you to create modes within profiles so you can make subtle changes to your profile within a game. For instance, if you're playing Battlefield 4, you might have a sniper profile, a medic profile, and an assault weapons class profile. And by pressing a specific hotkey, you can toggle which keys are highlighted depending on what class you're playing. You can also create an infinite number of macros for text and keystrokes, shortcuts, DPI, timer, mouse, media control. Every button is customizable and programmable with the software. And of course, with great responsibility comes great power requirements. Yep, this thing has a split USB connector. It splits into two, and you'll have to plug it into two USB ports to power it, unless you're using USB 3.0. If you're using USB 3.0, you can just put the USB connector with the keyboard icon into a USB 3.0 port to power it. This keyboard comes in 3 flavors: the K65, which is only available at Best Buy, the K70, which is this one, which has a media controller on the top right and a numeric keypad. And then you have the K95, which has additional buttons on the left-hand side to increase your macro capabilities. All right, that's a quick tour of this particular keyboard. We've come full circle, and let's take a look at my custom Shroud of the Avatar profile. I've kind of arranged things. I've color-coded stuff, blue being my movement keys. Red are my combat keys. I've chosen green to open up various inventory items, my paper doll, inventory, chat, etc. Yellow turns on various UI elements. Purple is reserved for spells and spell management windows. And finally, pink I didn't know what to do with, but that's my rotation buttons. Finally, white is used to illuminate everything else that I might need, like various letters and stuff for chat. And I've turned off or kept off various keys that I probably won't use during the game. I'll leave a link in the description below to this product in the event that you want more information on it. I'll also leave a link to my profile in the event that you already have this keyboard or at some time in the future get it and want some sort of a starter profile for Shroud of the Avatar. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you next time.